Good morning. We're going to get into our geometry notes today. We're going to look today at section 1-1 in your McGraw-Hill book at points, lines, and planes. So to give you a little bit of an idea how this is set up, and you can see as I've kind of written this out what's going on, we have got to be good at getting definitions written down in this class to understand exactly what's being asked of us. All right. So the way that your notes are going to work and the way that you're going to define this stuff, it's not like necessarily a glossary where you see the word and see the definition, but the definition is going to be in the sentence that contains your vocab. So right here you see point is bolded. All right, well then you need to write in your notes that a point is a location. And so we're going to go through and do all these. A line, the definition of a line is it contains points. The definition of a plane is it's a flat surface that contains points and lines. And then your last two are collinear. Collinear means points are on the same line. It means collinear, they're on the same line. And if you have things that are coplanar, that is points on the same plane. So I would stop this video and I would write down those 5 definitions. All right, we're back in. We're going into example A right here. And we're using this figure on the right. And they want a line containing point A. In geometry, there are specific ways that we have to notate what we are talking about. So when we say to find a line and to name a line, here are your rules, okay, for us. You can either use 2 capital letters with this symbol over it, that symbol being, it's really a line segment with arrows on the end of it. That's how we notate line. Or you can write a single cursive letter. Now your textbook says that any of those 3 answers are right, and they are correct. Any one of those is good. AB is on that line. That's a line containing point A, right? AC, same thing. BC works. 2 capital letters. That's a line going through that includes point A. We're in good shape. You could flip any of these around. You could say line BA with your line above it, or any of those. So there's 6 possible answers there. Any of them are right. And the 7th correct answer could be, you could just call this line L. There's a cursive L right there. So you can just do line and put your cursive letter. Which one is right? All 7 of them. You can put whichever one you find easiest. All right, so now let's look at how we do planes. So a plane now is going to be not just a line, but in this instance, or excuse me, up here, this plane looks like that quadrilateral. The floor in your bedroom represents a plane. I mean, pretty much anything can in some way, shape, or form. Triangles and stuff like that can work. And so when you name planes, here are your rules, okay? They have to have, or you have to have 3 non-collinear points. So 3 points that are not on the same line. So if you look at this representation, this figure here, you cannot call this plane A, B, C because they're collinear. One of your points of your 3 letters has got to be on, or can't be on the same line. So like in this instance, we could go plane A, B, D. D's not on the same line. When you do that, we just write plane and then our 3 capital letters, okay? All right? They have got to be non-collinear. 2 of them can be on the same line, but that 3rd one can't be. The other way you can name planes is you can use a capital cursive letter. You can say plane and there's cursive N right there. So that kind of walks you through it. All right, let's jump down to number 1 in the exercise part. It says name a line that contains point A. There's point A. Got a lot of answers here, kind of like the first example. You could go line AB. You could go line AC. You could go line BC. You could flip the order. You could call it line L. Little cursive L would be fine. Don't call this line big P. That's talking about the plane. So leave that alone. Number 2, what's another name for line M? Here's line M. Okay, don't have a whole lot of choices here. We could either do BD, like we've done, or we could do DB. Remember to put your segment with the arrows on it above. Number 3, name a point not on line AC. So go to line AC. Well, we got 2 choices here. We got point D and we got point E. Doesn't matter which one. Both of those are correct. What's another name for line L? Is that what that says? Yep. So line L right here. We know it's the same one we've been dealing with. We picked a different one in class today. and we went with line CB, and that works just fine. Number 5, name a point not on line L or on line M, so it can't be on either. Well, we only got one that fits that definition, and that's point E. It's not on either of those lines. We made us up a question 6 right here, okay? Name a plane, or name the plane represented in a figure. Obviously, we got options. We could go capital, big, cursive P, right? We could go cursive P, so plane P. We could do plane A, B, D. What's our rules when we're writing a plane? It's got to be 3 letters. They can't all be on the same line, or they can't all be collinear. So we picked A, B, and D. A, B, and E would have worked. C, B, and E would have worked. And you just write plane and then your 3 letters, no markings above it. All right? That's a pretty quick jump into what we're doing in 1-1, but you should be able to catch on. If you were in class and saw this, very much complements what we've done. If you miss class or if you're an at-home learner, that's what's going on. You now need to go into your Canvas modules folder, and your assignment is 1-1 skills. You need to do all the problems, and that's due by Friday. You will be submitting that in Canvas. If you qualify for special ed or 504 modifications, then where you go see where 1-1 skills in, there's one that's called 1-1 skills M or 1-1 skills modified, and you can pick that one and you can do that, and that's also due by Friday. You can find this stuff in my modules, remember, or I'll post this video and your assignments will be in the calendar as well. Thank you, guys.